Alright, so it's another new day. Since last time I've got this truck down on the ground and removed my manifold and the stock exhaust manifold to start modifying them. So I'm going to work on doing that today. And Reese is here. Reese is going to be doing some pressure washing on the Volvo. He's going to get it all cleaned up and get it ready for some modifications we got to do to the cross member and get it to where we can start putting the motor in and seeing how things look. Alright, so Reese is getting started out here. He's going to be pressure washing the engine bay out. We're going to get some gunk sprayed on there, break up some of the grease. Let it sit for a little bit. He's got a little bristle brush over there. Get all the big stuff knocked off and then go at it with a pressure washer. Maybe do that 1 or 2 times. Get it all nice and clean. Missed this one right there. Cool. So yeah, there's your... Get out of the way. Ah! There's your before picture. Kind of hard to tell in the sun. But that's what it looks like now. Let's see what it looks like later. Oh yeah, get in there. In there. It's in here. Put a little bit of scrubber. Oh, that's actually it smells pretty good. Yeah. It's going to take a couple tries, but pretty good. Alright. Got the pressure washer extraordinaire out here. Ready to rock and roll.
First pull, maybe?
No, absolutely not.
It's full-blooded. You gotta leave the choke on for a while. Alright. Yeah. Gotta let it run for like 2 or 3 minutes. Otherwise, as soon as it hits the vent motor, it'll stall.
So while Reese is working on cleaning up the engine bay over there, I'm going to cut this right here and weld my V-band to it, and I'm also going to cut this one off right here at the flange and weld a V-band to it also. The angle of this is actually fine, it's just this is what I got to work with at this, and I'd rather have it be a nice V-band match the other side. And this side, this angle came down a little bit too far. I anticipated needing to cut it back, but I just left it long just so I could cut it down once I had the truck in the air. This is actually the first time the truck's been in the air since I brought it here. So I haven't really got a good look on how stuff's going to fit. So now I have. Now I know what I need to do. Alright, so while Reese is out with the pressure washer, you can probably hear him. It's nice and loud, nice and close. I'm going to see if I can get some stuff going with the Sawzall since my band mill, or not band mill, but my Portaband has a messed up blade that keeps popping off on me. See what we can do here. Okay. So that's done. Got a nice flat area there to clean up and weld our flange to. So after that, we'll be able to join these 2 pieces of pipe together from here to here, or from here to here underneath the truck. I got my flange here. There we go. Yeah, I'll clean that up. Get a nice bevel on there. A nice full weld in. I'll go over this again with the sander, make it look nice. And the same over here. I'll knock down this big old hump right there and bring that in a little bit. And we'll weld this flange right on there like that. Be perfect. Alright, so got the flanges both cut off. I'm going to go through and try to get this face that I cut off nice and flat and then clean up some of these edges, put a little bit of a bevel on it, and then I'll work on getting the V-bands welded on. So yeah. I got this manifold and the other manifold both cleaned up. And now I already tacked the other one on. I'm going to tack this one on and then bolt them back up to the truck. How are things coming along out here, Reese?
Good. Clean. Shiny.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it just rolled off the
Sounds
American Volvo lot.
Oh, yeah. I think one more pass and this thing's going to be looking nice. Down here a little bit. Some of that. Some of this.
Yeah, you don't need to look at that there.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh yeah, one more pass, it'll look good. What do you think?
I'd eat off it.
You'd eat off it? Here, let me get out of you. Son, what do you think?
So bright.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's gonna be a Swedish sled.
Yeah.
This thing's gonna be sweet.
Oh yeah. You got that cross member and the drive line down there still. Sweet, coming along. You know, me and Reese were just talking. I pulled the motor, or we pulled the motor out of a 94 940 last week, and it's got a 2.3 turbo motor in it. That would go great in the Mustang. Wouldn't that be such a cool thing to do?
Yeah.
2.3 turbo in a Mustang. I mean, they came with them. They weren't a Volvo red block, but they had 2.3 turbos. Maybe we should do that.
I think you should.
We're gonna have to clearance the cross member for this oil pan. We've got this hump right here that we have to notch out the cross member to clear. That's really close. You're extreme.
Yeah.
All right. So that would involve getting in here, figuring out how wide we are. The engine's gonna sit right about there like that, but man, I think it's gonna be angled up a little bit more. So that's where we gotta clear this cross member out a little bit. What I'm wanting to do is just get a little mark of how wide this pan is, and then we're gonna cut a big strip out of that. Yep. So we're gonna go from about here and here and down here. Get rid of this guy, and then we're gonna cut it and drop that whole piece down about 3/4 of an inch. That should make room for the oil pan. And give us enough room to get the engine down and in as one piece. Sometimes in these cars you can take and separate the cross member right here, take these bolts out and lower the cross member a little bit. That'll give you enough room to get the motor down and in without having to separate it. So that's what we got to do next. We got to get this oil pan on that motor. We don't have to do it completely. Just get it bolted on so we know how it's going to fit. That's pretty close to the seam. So Reese is over here trying to kill himself with an angle grinder, but he's making good progress. Yeah, right down to the seam.
Yeah.
That's where we want it. Right down in there. So our cross member has been notched. You can see how that looks in there. Not really much of a better angle to get here. See that right there, kind of. So that's how that looks right now. We'll see how it fits, and eventually I'll go back in there, box all that in, and it should be nice and sturdy. And if needed, I'll go in and put a extra piece of square tubing in there to make sure it's gonna work good. Reese, you did a great job.
Still got all 9 of my fingers.
All 9 of your
all
fingers.
9.
Sweet. So yeah, things are coming along nicely. We're gonna see if we can find some bell housing bolts, get the motor and transmission bolted together, and maybe see if we can get them in the car. All right, manifolds bolted back up with the V-bands. I will lift the truck back up in the air and get to work trying to get the crossover pipe stab. I didn't have the V-bands completely welded on. I just want them on there for mocking up just in case something has to change. You can see that right down there. Right down there. Sweet. Yeah, get the truck back up in the air. And then Reese is going to work on getting the motor and transmission bolted together after he's done with his phone there. Busy boy.
Yeah.
Alright. Canceled. Alright. Reese is getting the engine on the stand here so he can get the oil pan on. And I am over here getting these pipes to test fit to bolt onto the V-bands. How's it going?
It's going as well.
Swimmingly?
Swimmingly, yep.
Perfect. Alright.
Tighten it up, we're good.
So these motors come full of oil from the factory. We went to flip it over and we learned that very quickly. And now that pan's got like 7 quarts of oil. That's a lot. Alright, so Reese is gone, but we got the old pan off, new pan bolted on. It's just mocked up right now. I don't have any of the internal parts on it. I'm going to have to go and get some of that gasket sealer stuff. But new pan is on. I got the plugs in it that it needs. It's still dripping oil. But I'm going to bolt it to the transmission. And that's probably going to be it for today. So I'm going to get those bolted together, ready to go for next weekend. And when I get here next weekend, I'm going to be working on this guy, getting the motor and transmission bolted in, make sure everything clears, put the blower on, make sure the blower clears, and then if it doesn't, then I'll address those issues. But otherwise, motor and transmission go in, and I'll start working on suspension. So other than that, we have this to finish. I'll be just working on that crossover pipe like I keep talking about. But that's about it. So keep your eyes out for more videos. I'll be posting as often as I get anything done with this, usually once a week. So see you around.